So the fine print of this newly formed coalition between the United Nations and World Economic Forum, the fine print is nuclear Armageddon. And it doesn't surprise me. It doesn't surprise me because of the predictive programming I'm seeing, okay? And the predictive programming is part of this acclimation process of a limited nuclear strike, and it's underway. First began in New York with that public service announcement about 2 weeks ago. We played it, and I'm going to play it again for you just so people who are just joining us. This is a PSA announcement that was issued in New York City 2 weeks ago.
So there's been a nuclear attack. Don't ask me how or why, just know that the big one has hit, okay? So what do? There are 3 important steps that I want you to remember. Step 1, get inside fast. You, your friends, your family, get inside. And no, staying in the car is not an option. You need to get into a building and move away from the windows. Step 2, stay inside. Shut all doors and windows. Have a basement? Head there. If you don't have one, get as far into the middle of the building as possible. If you were outside after the blast, get clean immediately. Remove and bag all outer clothing to keep radioactive dust or ash away from your body. Step 3, stay tuned. Follow media for more information. Don't forget to sign up for Notify NYC for official alerts and updates. And don't go outside until officials say it's safe. All right? You've got this.
And now it's been announced that NYC, the preparation group that put out that PSA, is now saying that New Yorkers should be ready to have a go bag available so they can evacuate New York City if they need to. According to official government website, New York City Emergency Management, New Yorkers should get a go bag. It says here, everyone in your household should have a go bag, a collection of things you would want if you have to leave in a hurry. Your go bag should be sturdy and easy to carry, like a backpack or a small suitcase on wheels. You'll need to customize your go bag for your personal needs, but some of this important things you'll need in your go bag are bottled water, copies of your important documents, flashlights, list of medications, cash and small bills, notepad and pen, backup medical equipment, et cetera, like glasses, batteries, chargers, first aid, toiletries, child care, pet care. It just goes down the list of all the things you need. Evacuation should be addressed as part of everyone's planning efforts. City officials will tell you when to evacuate through media and direct warnings. Evacuation is used as a last resort when serious threat to public safety exists. If you must evacuate, your first plan should always be to stay with friends or family. In a planned evacuation, such as for a coastal storm, the city will advise residents of which areas are impacted and provide guidance on how the evacuation will proceed in the case of a coastal storm. There'll be designated routes that have been identified throughout the city, effectively get people from low-lying hazard areas, et cetera. But again, 2 weeks after they do that commercial, they're now saying that perhaps emergency management says that you have to evacuate, that you need a go bag, that you need to be prepared. We told people all the time on this program that you need to be prepared by going to preparewithgroundzero.com. I suggest you go there and get what little you can on whatever budget you have, because you have at least something to fall back on if you run out of food. We have food in our house because of this great company. And so you go to preparewithgroundzero.com, My Patriot Supply, and you get the things you need, basic things. I mean, no one's asking you to, pay a fortune, but you need to have something in reserve. So, as I was saying, we're getting this this acclamation, if you will, about what is underway, the big one. And the New York City Emergency Management put the video out there, public service announcements instructing people what to do in case of a nuclear attack. Nothing new in the United States, of course. You go back to 1951, you look at the civil defense film Duck and Cover. There was a turtle, and his name was Bert, and Bert the turtle was very alert. And that's, of course, media history there, and it defined the Cold War. But although the matter of Duck and Cover is pretty bleak, pretty much you see the flash and then you can kiss your ass goodbye. That's basically what it was. I mean, this video that we saw in New York 2 weeks ago was somewhat cheerful, optimistic, and entertaining. Or it was kind of, not really entertaining, but it was informative, and it's kind of like this optimistic. Well, back then it was optimistic too, but not like that. I mean, you have a nice turtle, kind of a cartoon thing, and that's funny. But this dread that you get with this smile on the face, another normal day in the new normal, right? It's like having a hangnail removed. It's like, I mean, the question I had was when I first saw the PSA was, why are they airing it now? Well, now we have a reason. I mean, the last atomic bomb was dropped more than 75 years ago. So why are they putting these thoughts in people's heads now? What are they trying to tell us? Are they trying to tell us that they've received credible nuclear threats targeting New York City specifically? If not, then why would they even spend time and resources creating this? The only conclusion I can make was that this was an attempt, again, to acclimate people to the idea that a limited nuclear attack would be easy to survive and that you would not have to worry about mutually assured destruction. And the PSA spoke in present tense as if the event had already happened, kind of a retrocausal finale, one that has been hinted at with those who wish to depopulate the planet. Gives you steps on how to survive. Get inside, stay inside, tune in, and follow what the media tells you to do. And those instructions are easy. Why? Well, since COVID, we've been trained to do this. Since COVID, the media and the authorities have gotten disturbingly comfortable at issuing blanket Orwellian orders that apply to entire populations and states. I mean, what? 2020, sheltering at home, following the media, waiting until it was safe to go outside. That's the same thing we got when COVID hit. And so apparently they really miss those days. And they're fantasizing about going back to them using a scary nuclear scenario. In Menlo Park Mall in New Jersey, there's been a propaganda plan that's been in various parts of the mall where they have signs that instruct people what to do in case of radiation emergencies. It again says, get inside, stay inside, and tune in. And another fascinating piece of predictive programming and the propaganda I saw when I went and saw the movie Nope over the weekend. And it was a trailer for a new movie that's going to be released in 2023. When I saw the movie Nope, there was a preview for the new Christopher Nolan film called Oppenheimer. And, of course, the film is based on the book American Prometheus, a biography of J. Robert Oppenheimer. It's written by Kai Bird and Martin J. Sherwin. Oppenheimer, of course, was the theoretical physicist who, among those credited with being the father of the atomic bomb for his role in the Manhattan Project, the World War II undertaking to develop the first nuclear weapon. So Oppenheimer, the movie, is scheduled to be released on July 21st, 2023. And what is chilling is it'll be released at a time we have never been so close to a nuclear confrontation, where in a nanosecond we could be wiped out of existence and MAD will no longer be just a magazine. I mean, dropping the atomic bombs in Japan sent a message to the world, particularly the Soviet Union, and here we were 40-some-odd years in a Cold War. And now we're back to it again. And now we know the truth of why the UN met with the World Economic Forum. Yes, they're concerned about climate change, but they're also thinking very strongly about nuclear conflagration, nuclear confrontation with these countries that are all meeting together. And yet Oppenheimer is going to be in theaters in 2023. Spring of 2023, ladies and gentlemen. That's just too creepy.